Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, this is the Night Homestead. We're just going to take y'all along as we grow our homestead here at our new property.
We've got tons of videos. We've already videoed. If you're first time stopping by, we have videoed our garden, everything we've planted. And last week we shared our first harvest, so be sure to check out those videos. But today's video is the one that we've been patiently waiting for. We're so excited. We are harvesting our potatoes. We have what kind? Red Norland and Yukon Gold. So those are the two potatoes that we have. We have a video on us planting the potatoes. I'll link it in the corner here so you can go watch that if you haven't watched it. No, it's one of these
Okay,
two.
right there or right there?
You can go watch that video. And then we also have a video on how I built our raised beds that the potatoes are in. So before Jed gets angry, let's go.
All right, guys, if you've been following along and watched the video when we planted these potatoes, we planted these potatoes February the 27th, and today is May the 15th. So that makes 77 days since we planted these potatoes. Now, normally, you would harvest your potatoes in between 80 and 110 days, depending on the variety. But we have had unseasonably warm weather the past 2 weeks. It's been in the mid 90s all week, and I think it's really done a lot of damage to our potatoes because they were doing so good and then they went down really fast. I'll get Kelsey to put in a couple pictures along the way and to show you how good they were doing. But we are also getting quite a bit of pest damage. I don't know if you can see all these little bugs right in here. See if it'll focus. There's some type of plant-eating insect. They are doing a number on our stuff.
They just kind of showed up all of a sudden.
There's a good view of them.
Last week.
But I think that may also have a little bit to do with it. They just really aren't looking good. So I think we're going to go ahead and pull them.
Okay, we're going to start in this bed. These are the red Norland potatoes. And we're really hopeful because, like he said, up until this point, they have been really healthy, looking really big. The ground's breaking, so I'm really excited. I know y'all want to see, so we're going to go ahead and start digging.
All right, we planted 4 pounds of red Norlands in this bed, divided between the two sides because there's a small divider. I think that's what we're going to call it. So I don't know if you can see in here, but the ground's starting to crack on the top. Now, we did plant these potatoes about halfway down in this bed and then come back and backfilled. So they're about, I would say, 8 to 9 inches down there in the bottom of that. So what we're going to do, we're going to start by pulling up the whole plant like so. Ooh, looky there.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
Yay! Look, Dad. On these potatoes, when you pull them out of the ground, you don't want to immediately wash them off and rub them because the skin is really delicate. It will just peel right off and mess it up. So you want to let these, get rough. You like it? You can kind of guess what they're looking like. Got some little ones so we can cook some new potatoes. Oh, I feel some more.
Now, don't throw away all these little potatoes. These are still edible too. I'm just going to put them on the ground because you can't really see them in that basket. And we'll take them off and eat those too. Ooh, there's a good one. Look at that.
Wow. Dude, look at the key.
Hey.
Okay. It's like an Easter egg hunt in here. Oh my gosh.
Try not to scratch the outside if you can.
Yeah, they get scratched really easily because, like I said, that skin on them is really tender.
This tool here is called a potato fork. I really should have started using that first. Now, looking back. So I'm gonna come in here and just kind of very easily put this in here and come in and start turning the soil over. Like, look at that. Look at all those potatoes I just turned out. So, still learning at this potato game. The best thing to do is to take that on your plants here. I think this method will work a little bit better. Oh yeah, that's way better. Look at that. Just pulled all the potatoes up at one time. I'll start doing that from now on. Look at that one. That's a good one there.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Look. Know how many calories we just grew in this bed? And all we did was just put potatoes in it and let them grow. We have not watered this thing the first time, and you can see how good and moist this soil still is. Some pretty good dirt.
That one. Oh, wow.
I will say this is pretty hard work because we buried them so deep. But I don't think we would have got that good of a harvest if we hadn't have buried them so deep. We do also have some more potatoes growing in some syrup tubs, some 25-gallon pots. They're not quite ready yet. They're about a month behind these. We didn't do a video of them because we wanted to see exactly how good they were gonna do before we videoed it. And we're hoping they do as good as these, because I mean, these were awesome. I can't wait to weigh our harvest because we planted 4 pounds in this bed. I can't wait to see how many pounds of potatoes we got per plant. We planted, I think, 22 plants in here, so I'll be able to do some math and figure out how many pounds per plant we got. But I'm just gonna go through here and turn the soil up and see how many more we got left in here, some stragglers. And if we do leave some in here, they will probably sprout later on. Me and Kelsey had talked about doing another potato crop in the fall. We watched some people do that and they seem to have pretty good luck with it. So we thought we may try that. Well, got that one with a potato fork.
And once again, guys, if you're watching this and you didn't watch us plant, or you have questions about how I planted the potatoes and you didn't watch that video, it'll be in the show notes below, and it's also on our channel. But we have a full video of how we planted these potatoes, as well as building the raised bed. So make sure y'all check that out if you're wondering how we planted the potatoes.
Only thing bad about the potato fork, you get a couple of them.
Are you eating dirt?
All right, guys, now that's the end of our red norland bed. Pretty sure I got all of them out. I went through there with a potato fork and went through and looked pretty good. Found a couple stragglers, but I also stuck that fork through a couple potatoes and ruined those, but that's okay. That's just part of it. You're gonna lose some. We're just real lucky we didn't get any fire ants in this bed. Up until this point, we haven't had any, so that's always good. Well, I think we're gonna give it a day or two, and we're gonna come back and do the what is it? The Yukon gold potatoes. And once we do that, we'll give y'all an update on those two, and we'll go through poundages and whatever else we got then. All right, guys, we actually got Jed put down a little bit early, and we decided to come out here while it was cool and go ahead and get these Yukon golds out of the ground too, because we got a little impatient. And we just wanted to see what we grew. So here we go.
Okay. It'll be easier for me too, since I don't have to hold it. Because that one doesn't have a lot, but maybe there's some still in the dirt for that one. Oh wow. It's a big one. This is actually Jake's. Well, I don't know, you used to like the red.
Yeah, red used to be my favorite, but I've kind of switched over to these yellow potatoes. More like The German butter balls are really my ultimate favorite. You don't even have to butter those when you cook them. They're so juicy when you cook them, actually.
Did I mess them up?
Well, evidently we did have some fire ants.
We did?
I don't know if y'all can see those little holes in there. That's fire ant damage. I did run into that the last time I planted potatoes. These are still good to eat. We're not going to throw them away. You just need to eat them immediately. And you just want to come in here and cut the bad spots off. You can see the little holes and indentions they leave in them.
Oh, darn. Let me see. Oh, wow.
Which is weird. I don't see any fire ants in here.
Wait, are you sure it's a fire?
Okay. I tell you what, homesteaders, we're wore out after that. I would say we got a pretty good harvest. We only had 8 pounds planted between these two beds, and I'm estimating this is probably close to 30 pounds of red potatoes, and I would say maybe 15 of the yellow. I do want to say that the yellows didn't produce near as good as the red quantity, but the potatoes on the yellow ones seem to be a lot larger. On average. We did get some good sized red ones, but there was also quite a few small red ones too, what we call new potatoes. But most of these yellow ones are good sized. But we did notice we got a lot of sores. I was originally thinking that come from fire ants, but I'm not too sure. I'm gonna have to do some looking into what exactly happened to these. I would call it a canker sore, for lack of a better term. I mean, I don't know what else. It really looks like fire ant damage to me, but we didn't see any fire ants in this dirt.
Beds. I don't know.
That's the weird part. I just don't know if maybe.
Oh, it's a ladybug.
I'm gonna have to do some research because I don't know if these Yukon Golds just aren't gonna be a good variety for our area. But
Like
we
the
didn't.
size wise, they look fine. But I'll show y'all what they look like.
They're still gonna be good to eat. We'll just have to cut the bad spots off of them. I'm still gonna eat them. I ain't gonna waste
Jake
them.
eats everything. See, I don't know, y'all. If you know what that is, if you've had experience, comment below and tell us. It's kind of sad because a lot of this damage is on the big yellow ones. But we have plenty of the reds, and like you said, we have four of these size tubs. 6 of these size tubs full of.
We have eight more pounds of potatoes planted in syrup tubs like this exact same size. So there are 2 other type of varieties. There's a Kennebec White and a Russet Norcota, I believe. And it's going to be an experiment to see how well they do. But it's getting a little too hot in the year, so I don't know exactly how long they're going to do. Yeah. They've been blooming for like 2 weeks now.
Because they're a later in the year potato.
Yeah, they're a what you would call a mid to late season potato, which up north you would plant those mid to late, or they would come to fruition mid to late season up there, and we have a much hotter growing season down here, so the potatoes tend to not do too well later as you go in the year. We thank the Lord so much for this bountiful harvest He has given us. We're really going to enjoy these potatoes. We got plenty enough here we can give to some friends and family and enjoy a bunch for ourselves too. We want to thank y'all so much for following along on our videos. We hope you learned something about growing potatoes here in East Texas. This is trial and error. We are still learning how to master the potatoes. That's one of our least productive plants that we do grow around here, so we are trying to nail it down because we like them and eat so many of them.
We also have Facebook and Instagram. If you're not already following us there, be sure that you check out those pages because we do post updates on both of those. And if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to our channel, push the subscribe button and even the bell notification button, and that will let you know every time we post a video. We've been posting on Mondays at 5 just to kind of keep a schedule, but sometimes we have internet issues and it kind of fluctuates. So just to be sure that you know when our videos get posted, you can turn on the bell notification and make sure you're subscribed. So thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll catch y'all in the next video.
I see y'all later.
Bye.